if you buy a new computer, it's faster, it's more powerful, it works better. And that's typically the thing with new equipment now, particularly in the technology. They do sound better. You get better quality interfaces, better speakers, and the prices actually over time have actually gone down, not gone up, because the demand has gone up a lot. So the market is very big. So it's very, very competitive, and there's lots of different options. So it's, usually when people are buying used equipment, it's if they want something really specific and maybe something old or vintage or, something like that. But as far as new technology, it's so affordable now. You're not going to save that much money buying used, and it makes it really easy. Like, you get this, it comes with software, it's everything you need in a box, and it's all going to work.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. And okay, and also, what about like in terms of the software?
hmm
So I mean like, is it uh do we actually have to pay for this software?
so if you buy a Macintosh computer as an example, it comes with GarageBand, which is a multi-track recording software. So it has a software mixer, multiple channels of recording built in. It's free. That's part of the Macintosh operating system. Windows has a similar a similar function as well. Typically, when you buy an interface, and there's lots and lots of different brands, but the interfaces generally come with software as well. So, because if you don't have software, you can't use the interface. So, generally, if you buy any interface, it will come with some software that will work with Macintosh and PC. Um, and of course, you can spend money. Like we're running a program called Logic, which I think is about $400. You buy from Apple, and that's your software that gives you the ability to edit and view and mix and add effects and things like that. But I mean, this program for three or $400, this is what professional recording studios actually use. Like Logic is probably the most widely used program, other than there's another program called Pro Tools that a lot of people use. But Logic is very, very powerful and very affordable, right?
Oh, is there also any alternative option?
There's lots. There's lots. I mean, there's Reaper, there's uh, Cubase, there's, etc. There's lots and lots of different kinds of software, depending on what you want to do. I mean, nowadays, a lot of people, they like to work with loops. So, if you're doing current music, dance music or something like that, you don't necessarily have to be a drummer. You can download drum loops and things like that, put that in, add your own parts over top, sing over top of it. So there's lots and lots of different software options.
Oh, so actually it still come down to someone's like expectation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what about it? So if I just do uh if I just want to do some podcast and also some maybe a talk show or some YouTuber stuff.
hmm
So that's gonna be much more easier than you actually have to record some music, right?
For sure, yeah, and I mean, even we have a lot of our customers who aren't, we'll call them musicians, meaning they may not play an instrument. They can't play a keyboard or they can't play a guitar, but they can sing, they can compose music, and they'll use a computer to put like drum loops together, add different parts, layer on top of that. There's lots of things you can do. Obviously, if you play, an instrument, a keyboard or a guitar, it makes it a lot easier. There's a lot more things that you can do. But even something like this, I mean, this is a keyboard controller. It doesn't have any sounds in it. It's using the sounds from the computer itself. Let's log in here again. There we go. So we have customers. I mean, you can think of how far you could go with them. I mean, we have customers that have 9-foot grand pianos or 7-foot grand pianos in their house. They're recording that. They have two microphones so they can record the piano in stereo, and then maybe after that they'll sing, add some vocals or other parts to it. Or if you wanted to do like just classical recording, a pair of microphones and a computer, and that's basically all you would need.
Oh, I see, I see. What about yeah, so I mean like since the pandemic began, so did you guys see a big boom in the demand of this kind of like home studio
Definitely.
equipment?
Yeah, I think the first thing that happened was um, many people, as you know, were stuck at home, right? They were working from home. The kids were doing school from home. They were doing Zoom meetings or Teams meetings or things like that. So, initially we saw a huge increase in interfaces and microphones and headphones and things like that. People doing home recording, even not necessarily for doing music, but actually just doing business, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. And also especially not just musician. That the people these days they just kind of like they do a lot of some the YouTuber stuff. They talk a
exactly.
lot. So
That's right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean like this kind of equipment like is I mean like it's no longer only for musician.
No,
It's
for
it's
sure.
actually for everyone. So
That's right. Yeah.
yeah.
So when you think about it, basically anything that you can record, voice would be the simplest thing. And we have many of our clients over the last 2 years that have been using YouTube, have been doing streaming, live stream, Facebook Live, Twitter, etc. Um, and um, and this is probably the most common podcasting microphone you see. Um, lots of people use this in the studio. You might have a boom microphone or a stand and a microphone. It records into the computer, and from there you can stream out to YouTube or Twitch or whatever. I mean, we have a lot of our clients doing video games and things like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I see, I see. So yeah, so is there anything that you still want to mention about this?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the only thing I would say is that right now is probably the best opportunity that anybody, if anybody's thinking about doing any sort of home recording, it's easier and more affordable than it's ever been. And there's lots of different options, as I said, from packages that everything's in a box to individual components. And we have a great team of specialists here who can help you do whatever you want to do. So
Oh, okay. So do you guys also like provide any like kind of like a consultation
sure,
service?
absolutely. Yeah, that's a big part of what we do. I mean, typically what happens is customers come into our store, our staff will discuss with them what it is that they want to do. Here's what I have, here's what I want to do, and how do we our job is to help them get to where they want to be.
Oh, I see. If I show you my picture the picture of my room, so can you guys just give me some advice in
Absolutely.
terms of how to setting up?
Definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. I mean, we do that all the time. We will draw a picture. It's like, okay, here's your room, here's your computer, here's your speakers, um, keyboards, guitars, all of that. So we do offer all of the instruments from pianos to recording to guitars to DJ to everything in between. So
I see, I see. So would you guys expect to see the growth of this home studio equipment?
definitely, it's one of the fastest growing areas of our business, and right now is definitely some challenges with supply chain getting product. We actually have more customers than we have product coming in, but definitely it's this part of the business has been growing because it's not just musicians now. It's everybody,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, doing podcasts and gaming and online streaming and conferencing and video conferencing, all of that sort of thing. So
I see, I see. Yeah. So what about the supplying problem? Has it been affected by the global supply chain issue before?
definitely, yeah, I would say for a number of reasons. One, most of the factories all over the world were closed for periods of time due to COVID. And then the demand has gone up, so there's been a shortage of supply and an increase in demand. Um, and there's also been things like chip shortages. I mean, you probably heard in every business, cars, computers, everything. I mean, everybody uses the same chips for doing what they need. We use the same chips in music, so there's been it's definitely been a challenge. But we're in a good place, and we represent all of the top brands. Um, so we have a good selection, from everybody from Yamaha to Focusrite to Shure to et cetera, right? So we have lots of different suppliers. We have lots of different options. So if somebody doesn't have something, we can get something similar from somebody else. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good. Good.
Good. Yeah.
Perfect. Right. Yeah, if you have more questions, you